I didn't even want to tell them I was leaving because I was just so sad that I was leaving these people behind. And regardless, no matter what any of them ever said to me when I was at those table topics, like, you're family, you're bonded with these people. Like, you and I we didn't even live at the school together, but I'm bonded to you for life. Like, we experienced this horrible, horrible abuse by these people. And you feel for every single survivor. Like, every single survivor, I have so much compassion, empathy for. And there's a lot of them that have killed themselves or have OD'd because of the direct trauma from this school. And I just want to say, like, while I have this little moment, I just want to say to any survivors who are listening, like, we were in a horrible, horrible, horrible situation, a very traumatic situation. We are the victims of that situation. Those people were horrible people. And it's okay to feel what we're feeling as grown adults. But you have to remember, when you're sitting there and you're in your darkest moments and you're upset and you're stressed and you're panicked and fearful and you're saying to yourself, well, I am a brat and I am an ass and I am a cunt and I am all these horrible things. Like, you have to remember, that's not your voice. That's the family school. That's them saying those things to you 15 years ago. You internalized those things and you're believing those things about yourself. You are not those things that those staff members said to you. And the things that your peers said to you, those things were put in their head by the staff members. None of those things were valid. That is not who you were, and that is not who you are. You guys are survivors. You guys are amazing people who have overcome this incredibly horrible trauma and this and in a society where we're already all set back, right? Systematically, life is not easy in general. Then you go through something super traumatic as a child, and it literally sets you back another 10 steps behind everybody else who didn't have a major trauma. Love yourself, forgive yourself, and just really own that you're the survivor of this. You were a child who was put in a horrible situation, and you are not those things that those people said about you. You're amazing and you're strong, and you have a lot of support out here. Please email me, message me, whatever. I am open to talk to any survivors at all time. Like, I do not want to see any more names on that list. And rest in peace, Brandon, as our most recent one. That's why Brandon and this podcast is why I'm here. Like, I don't want to sit quiet anymore after losing so many people. You can't help but just, like, these are our brothers, these are our sisters, these are kids who we spent this horrible time with. And hearing about Brandon's passing, like, I saw he was like 14, I think, when he walked in there, and he was this young kid who was a jolly, smiling personality of a person. And that's my memory. Brandon is a 14-year-old child who's being abused by adults. And then to hear his passing, and, like, I don't know the details of his passing, whether it was related, whether it's suicide or overdose. And I don't want to put that out there or start any rumors on how he passed. I do not know, for the record. But it's just having another survivor pass. It's like, something needs to change. Something needs to change. We need to support each other better. We need to talk about this stuff. We need to talk about this stuff. We have been silenced because they brainwashed us that nobody was going to believe us. I still, to this day, question my story. And I look at my wife. I said to her last night, and I held her hands, and I said, what do you think is the worst part of this story? Honestly, when I tell you this, does any of this surprise you, or does this just seem like mild abuse? And her jaw dropped, and she said, there's many, many parts of your story that are completely wrong, that are so out of line, that should have never happened. And for me to still question myself and to still think, like, was this a big deal? That's how deep this goes. And it's okay to question that. It's okay to be insecure or nervous, but you have to understand those are feelings brought on because that's what they wanted you to feel right now. They don't want us making a podcast talking about all the things they did. They don't want us going public, the Family Truth Campaign, and getting them shut down. They didn't want that. They don't want lawsuits from raping people at the school. But we're doing it. We're here, and we're doing it because I don't want more deaths on my hands. every time I lose somebody from that school, it's losing part of me too, right? Like all of us are feeling that pain, and all of us are also sitting here thinking, who's next? It's going to be me, or it's going to be one of my, you know what I mean? Like who's next? Like I feel like we're all standing in a cemetery full of graves, looking around and just watching our friends turn into tombstones. And there's nothing we can do to help them. There's nothing we can do to stop them, but maybe there is. Maybe this is it, right? But we're sure as hell going to try to make a difference.